Olivia Jade owes me and all current USC students an apology, and here's why. I'm currently a USC student, and when this scandal first broke, I didn't think it was gonna be as big of a deal to me as it is. I didn't think I was gonna get as mad, as disgusted, as sad as I've been. But the longer I've thought about it and read about it, I've just gotten more and more upset. And the first thing I want to say is that I know there are other kids, other families involved in this college admissions scandal. And the reason I'm focusing in on Olivia Jade is that she goes to USC, as I do. So her story is what most directly impacts me. And second, she's a public figure. So she has huge influence over our generation, the youth, and so many more eyes are on USC for this scandal and this story because of Olivia Jade and because she's a YouTuber public figure. Since she's a public figure, since she's drawn extra attention to USC and made it look bad, she needs to put out a public apology. The morning that the news broke, I was just like, I kind of thought it was gonna blow over. Didn't really think it would have any personal effect on me. I started reading more stories and I got on Twitter and I just saw tweet after tweet and page after page bad things about USC, people calling USC University of Spoiled Children. People saying, why would loughlin spend $500,000 to get her kids into USC when it's not even a good school? Like, who would spend $500,000 to go to USC? Basically just saying that USC is a really crappy school. Hearing people say that USC is a crappy school or questioning why you would want to pay for your kid to get into USC made me really upset because I worked my butt off to get into USC. I have another video on my channel discussing how I got into USC and how it was my dream school since I was really young. Go ahead and watch that if you want to. It'll be linked at the end of this video. But that really hurt me, hearing people trash my school. And I want to clear up and say, last year, USC had an acceptance rate of 13%. That means that 87% of kids that applied to USC were rejected, did not get to go. I also want to say that the Wall Street Journal recently ranked USC in the top 20 schools in the country. USC is not a crappy school by any means. It is one of the top schools in the country. There are so many kids there that take their studies seriously and work their butt off to get into USC. And deserve to have a degree from there means something. Deserve for people to be like, wow, you got a degree from USC. That's so impressive. You must have worked so hard and you must be really smart. Because Olivia bribed her way in, there's people all over the internet trashing USC. That devalues my degree that I'm paying for, that I'm working incredibly hard for. And that's the first reason that Olivia owes us an apology. Because of her, our school is being trashed all over the internet, and that hurts us directly. The second thing that I want to say is because of this scandal, Olivia's prior comments on college and our school have resurfaced, including this one.
I don't know how much of school I'm going to attend, but I do want the experience of like game days, partying. I don't really care about school, as you guys all know.
Not only is it bad that Olivia bribed her way into the school and it makes it look like USC just lets in rich kids and USC is just a bunch of rich kids that don't really earn their way there. They just pay to get in. She acts like she's not even grateful for being there, and she acts like she doesn't take her studies there seriously at all. She's just there to party and go to tailgates. That's it. And I want to sit here and say, you're looking at a girl that is not her experience at USC at all. Me, as a USC student, that is not my experience at all and was not my intention or a goal when I got to USC was to just party. I wanted to go to USC for the great educational opportunities, as I truly, truly value my education and thought USC would be an incredible place to learn. Sure, there's a party scene at USC just like there is at every other school. And as it's gotten harder and harder over the past few years to get into USC, the school is becoming more and more populated with kids that are super focused on their academics, solely focused on their academics, and the party scene is definitely dwindling as it becomes more of an academic powerhouse. For instance, I'm really proud to say that every semester I've been at USC, I have made it onto the dean's list. And that is because Take an example for last semester for me. I commuted to school from an hour away. I would get up at 6 a.m. every morning and drive an hour to school. I would get there at around 8 and go straight to the library. Then from the library, I'd go to class, and the second class was over, I was back in the library. I didn't even take a break for lunch. I'd sneak food into the library. Sorry, USC, no, you're not supposed to do that. Studied through lunch, I'd go back to class and then back to the library, and I'd try to stay in the library until I could beat LA traffic home, which was not until around 9 o'clock at night. So I had 10, 11-hour study days, and guess what? On the weekend, Saturday morning, I was one of the first ones at the library every weekend to get a good spot because the library filled up even on the weekends. Those students that spend hours and hours and hours every day studying are the students that I interact with, the students that I know, and what a USC student is to me. It's not a kid that's just rich, doesn't really care about their education, just parties every day, all night. That is not a typical USC student to me. It makes me devastatingly sad that because of this scandal and because of Olivia Jade, that's what people think of USC students. I don't want people to look at me when I tell them I'm a USC student and say, oh, you must be rich and you just party all the time. Because that could not be further from the truth. I work really hard and I deserve to be recognized for that. Another conclusion I think people are drawing from this scandal is that USC just lets kids in and then they party away and they still graduate. They still get degrees, acting like USC is some easy school that you just don't have to study and you can just party all the time and get straight A's. That is so not the case. In my case, as a neuroscience major on the pre-med track, I took biology and chemistry last year. I did pretty well in them, but the averages on the exams were in the 60s. And we're talking about the top 13% applicants. So these kids aren't dumb. It's like not like they're not trying, and the majority of them are pre-med, so they want to be doctors, and so they're serious about their education. Yet the exam average is still a D, almost failing. If that doesn't tell you that this school is hard, then I don't know what does. When I walk across that stage and get handed my diploma, I want to feel nothing but pride. I want to be super excited. I want to be proud for how hard I worked to get a degree from USC, and I want my USC degree to mean something. And this scandal is threatening that. It's threatening the value of my degree. And so I need Olivia Jade to come out and publicly apologize, and I want her to make a statement that the majority of USC students that she saw on campus that she was surrounded by were kids like me that work incredibly hard every single day, spend hours upon hours in the library. I want Olivia Jade's apology to be focused on rebuilding the reputation of USC. That's what all us USC kids deserve. All the hardworking USC kids that have been slapped in the face because of this scandal. I want to say too that I'm not trying to attack Olivia Jade. I don't think that her entire life should be ruined, but I want her to be made aware that this has hurt people. This has hurt thousands of USC students and kids all over the country that work hard to honestly get into their dream schools, like me. Thanks for watching this video. If you want to see another video of me talking about my experience at USC, go ahead and click the link at the end of this video, or find it on my channel. My sister and I make a lot of fun videos on this channel, so stick around and watch those and hit that subscribe button if you want to, and we'll see you in the next one.